That is not allowed.
We saw other greats. Joe Louis had this problem.
He did.
Sugar Ray Robinson had to come out of retirement at 55 to settle a debt with the IRS, and even Mike Tyson. But what's so disappointing with me, Skip? Floyd Mayweather has gone through this before. What is it that you don't get? And I'm even more disappointed because you're on Instagram and on Twitter flaunting your opulence. But I'm so disappointed in Floyd, considering that he had already had to settle a debt, I think in 2009, for 5.6. And now, I can assure you, that debt he's gonna have to settle is bigger than 5.6. It might be quadruple, maybe even 10 times more this time around than then.
In 2015, and this man is, you won't hear me say a discouraging word about Floyd when it comes to IQ, smartness, his ability to make and handle money.
Yes.
But he's just flaunting, as you said, he's flaunting his opulence. He's also flaunting basically his middle finger at the IRS.
The ultimate fall from grace in the brutal, unforgiving theater of combat sports. The most devastating knockouts don't always happen under the arena lights. Sometimes, they arrive in the form of unpaid debts, foreclosed mansions, and desperate lawsuits. For over 2 decades, Floyd "Money" Mayweather meticulously crafted an aura of invincible, limitless wealth, flaunting a lifestyle that defied logic. But now, the foundation of that billion-dollar empire is violently cracking. Heavy hitters like Shannon Sharpe and Stephen A. Smith are pulling back the curtain on a terrifying financial reality. The undefeated king of the ring is reportedly drowning in astronomical debt, forcing him to tarnish his pristine legacy with a desperate string of exhibitions and a miraculous professional comeback, just to keep his sinking ship afloat.
Believe that he would have taken this fight anyway. It's hard to turn down $200, $300 million, Skip. But deep down, Floyd needed this payday because he got to settle a score.
Sharpe reportedly said it's embarrassing to see a legendary fighter like Floyd stoop this low, suggesting that returning to fight an official bout at this age will tarnish the legacy.
Get back?
Yep.
Does this man have no shame?
No.
Is he not easy money Mayweather now?
Get that money.
Yeah. Get that money.
He'll pick up either 15, 20 mil.
He was a highly respected champion.
Still
He
is.
dominated the sport.
Yes.
Greatest defensive fighter ever.
Repetition of history. They say those who do not learn from history are doomed to repeat it. And in the case of Floyd Mayweather, the historical echoes are deafening. Shannon Sharpe delivered a blistering reality check, comparing Mayweather's current alleged financial collapse to the tragic downfalls of boxing royalty like Joe Louis and Sugar Ray Robinson, men who were forced back into the ring simply to appease the IRS. Sharpe points out the agonizing irony. Mayweather has already been through this, reportedly settling a massive multi-million-dollar tax debt in 2009. But this time, the bill has allegedly quadrupled. We explore why the smartest businessman in boxing history seems incapable of outrunning the ghosts of his own reckless extravagance.
And you still get a chance to see it, just a glimpse of me.
Yeah, is it exciting to be like, this is your life for so long with Floyd fighting this guy, fighting Manny, fighting Conor, and all those, you were just at the center of all these talks for so many years. Is it exciting to be back there again and everyone talking about you and Mike and all of that stuff?
This title, Legend versus Legend. So, I mean, that speaks for itself.
Any chance that you would take a professional bout in the future after Mike, or is that off the table?
It's on it. It's on it. It's been talks. It's possible.
Okay, so not totally against that possibility.
No, not at all. Not at all. But we just don't know. But as of right now, everything is going great. I feel good. Working hard each and every day. And I can't wait for 2026.
The middle finger to reality when you build a brand entirely on the concept of money. Admitting you are broke is not just a financial failure. It is the death of an identity. Analysts are zeroing in on Mayweather's social media behavior, noting a disturbing disconnect between his public posturing and his private reality. As reports of foreclosures and sold-off private jets flood the news cycle, Mayweather responds by posting videos of himself counting stacks of cash. Shannon Sharpe views this not just as flaunting opulence, but as a deliberate, arrogant middle finger to the IRS and his creditors. We break down the psychology of a champion who is allegedly willing to risk his 50-0 legacy just to maintain the illusion of a billionaire lifestyle.
like to laugh at people's downfall, but this is just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And we need to talk about how Floyd Mayweather is legitimately going broke, folks. And I there's no other way to say it than that, because Floyd has announced another exhibition set to take place this year before he fights Manny Pacquiao, which is already going to be, assume, a massive fight because it's going to be on Netflix. He has an exhibition with Mike Tyson planned in April or May, and now he has a fight against Greek kickboxer and martial artist Mike Zambides. I don't even know what to say about any of this. It's going to be in June. It's in Athens, Greece, and it's the third fight of the year for a Floyd Mayweather that is clearly going broke. And it's not just, and if you guys didn't see the video I did talking about Floyd coming back to fight Mike, this is not me sensationalizing. This is the truth.
The Logan Paul extortion allegation. The whispers of Mayweather's financial ruin aren't just coming from sports pundits. They are being explicitly detailed by the men who have done business with him. Logan Paul has dropped a bombshell accusation that exposes the dark, cynical underbelly of the exhibition circuit. Paul alleges that Mayweather pre-sold their fight rights to a Dubai-based entity for a staggering $10 million in cash, and then completely froze Paul out of his rightful 15% cut. This is not a simple accounting error. It paints a picture of a desperate, predatory businessman leveraging his fame to secure massive, upfront cash injections while leaving his partners empty-handed. We analyze why this alleged scam screams of deep, underlying financial panic.
Get back?
Yep.
Does this man have no shame?
No.
Is he not easy money Mayweather now?
Get that money.
Yeah, get that money.
He'll pick up either 15, 20 mil.
He was a highly respected champion.
Still
He
is.
dominated the sport.
Yes.
Greatest defensive fighter ever. And you're going to stoop to this?
Yep.
It's not even the right Paul. It's not Jake Paul. It's the older
We get
brother.
the brother. We get the brother.
He's
then.
easier.
Look, I was like, I started with the moment Nate Robinson hit that canvas face first.
Yeah.
I'm like, who can we nominate as an athlete to get our get back?
Okay, but it's not Jake. It's the older brother.
I want somebody.
Somebody?
Brandon Marshall, our first things first, Brandon Marshall.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you who good with their hands, and you might not know, Curtis Martin.
So what?
And we want our get back. That's what. So what?
So you want Curtis Martin to fight Jake Paul
I
now?
want him to fight something. We go get our get back. Y'all nothing to have bragging
Well,
rights.
this isn't even a fight.
Nope.
This is an exhibition.
No, I know what happens.
How low can you go?
Kim, I know you over there. You like, yeah, we got him. You know, no. We go get our get back. This for the culture. We got to represent. Money represent.
Represent?
Yep. Lump him up.
You represented against Conor McGregor, and it was a worthy fight.
That's
It
okay,
was
we'll
actually
get
a
it.
battle.
We gonna lump him up. Yeah, we gonna lump him up. Put a patch over his eyes. They close for the.
The economics of the casino Stephen A. Smith didn't hold back when diagnosing the root cause of Floyd Mayweather's catastrophic financial bleed. He bypassed the complex business investments and zeroed in on the ultimate wealth destroyer, the casino. With reports surfacing of Mayweather allegedly blowing through untold millions, Smith issued a stark, almost desperate plea for the champion to stay completely away from the blackjack tables and slot machines. When a man who generated over $1.2 billion in revenue is being publicly scolded on national television to protect his remaining assets from the house, the combat sports world is forced to realize that the money team might be operating on severely borrowed time.
What I mean by that is I'm not talking about on the street or anything like that. Boxing is your thing. Ladies and gentlemen, you can't see just anybody on the basketball court playing against LeBron James. He won't do it. He doesn't have to. It's a waste of his time. You might see footages of Dwayne Wade training his son. You don't see Dwayne Wade playing against anybody. He's not doing it. You haven't earned that privilege. It's a privilege to be in the company of greatness, in their venue, in their habitat, in their specialized, home. Floyd Money Mayweather should not be letting just anybody in the ring with him. That's my only point.
The liquidation of a kingdom. When a self-proclaimed billionaire starts quietly selling off the crown jewels, the market takes immediate, ruthless notice. The combat sports community is watching in stunned disbelief as reports confirm the rapid, massive liquidation of Floyd Mayweather's premium assets. He reportedly took a brutal $4 million net loss on a custom-built Las Vegas mansion, and the financial bleeding hasn't stopped there. His private jet has allegedly been sold, and multiple commercial properties have reportedly been foreclosed upon. Financial analysts point out a glaring truth. wealthy individuals leverage their assets. They do not desperately liquidate them at a massive loss unless they are drowning in immediate, unavoidable debt. The king is selling his castle piece by piece.
What he said.
Check cut to you on this day.
I mean, Floyd Mayweather.
No, I didn't make as much money as you'd think fighting Floyd.
Did you get paid from that?
He still owes me $1.5 million, maybe more.
How does he owe you the money? Why don't you just like...
Here's what happened. He pre-sold the fight using my likeness to some company in, I think, Dubai or like the Middle East. This is my understanding of it. For $10 million cash. We ended up doing the fight in the States with a different company. That is the company that put on the fight. That is the company that paid me. But he sold our fight with my name and likeness to someone else in Dubai for $10 million cash. It's our fight.
Floyd out here scamming Dubai royalty is crazy. This is a story I also heard from Gervonta Davis. When he said that Floyd owed them people in Dubai money, he scammed some person, some business person, some royalty in Dubai out of $10 million.
The $340 million Hail Mary amidst the undeniable reports of foreclosures and unpaid jewelers. Mayweather has launched a massive, unprecedented legal strike that reeks of financial desperation. In a shocking move, he has filed a staggering $340 million lawsuit against his former broadcast partner, Showtime, and executive Steven Espinoza. Mayweather alleges a massive misappropriation of funds and a breach of fiduciary duty dating back to his historic pay-per-view events. Observers are heavily questioning the timing and validity of this multi-million-dollar legal war. Is this a legitimate attempt to recover stolen wages from a complex corporate conspiracy? Or is it the ultimate legal Hail Mary from a fighter desperately trying to inject capital back into a rapidly depleting bank account?
Suing Showtime and Steven Espinoza, the former head of Showtime Sports, for hundreds of millions of dollars that he claims are unaccounted for. Let's go ahead and break it down and give you all the details about what's going on. What's up, everybody? Marcos Villegas here for Fight Up TV. And you know Floyd Mayweather as probably the richest and one of the most dominant boxers in the history of the sport. But now Floyd is stepping into the courtroom to fight for money he claims that he was never paid, and he wants justice on his terms. So let's talk details. Let me tell you about the lawsuit. On February 3rd, 2026, Floyd Mayweather filed a lawsuit in California against Showtime Networks and Steven Espinoza, claiming they helped his former advisor, Al Heyman, misappropriate a huge chunk of his fight earnings to the tune of $340 million. Mayweather says the money is still missing and unaccounted for, and he's now suing Showtime and Espinoza for aiding and abetting breach of fiduciary duty, civil conspiracy to commit fraud. Ooh, that's a serious accusation there. Conversion, unjust enrichment, and he's seeking punitive damage on top of the missing $340 million.
The desperation tour when a 49-year-old, retired, undefeated legend signs a massive multi-fight deal involving YouTubers, aging heavyweights, and obscure kickboxers in Greece. It is rarely born out of a renewed love for the sport. It is almost always dictated by the balance sheet. Boxing insiders and critics are viewing Mayweather's sudden, chaotic return to the ring as a stark admission of financial necessity. Getting back into a grueling training camp and risking physical damage nearly a decade after his last professional bout is a brutal reality check. The underlying truth is inescapable. The man who claimed he would never have to take another punch for a paycheck is being forced back into the line of fire simply to service his overwhelming debts.
Going through some money issues.
Financial problems?
You
know what's crazy, and I don't know whether it's true, but I was hanging out at Wes Watson's house. Right, he's a big fitness influencer.
Yeah, I know
you know who he is, right? So we did a house tour.
Bald headed dude.
Yeah,
gotcha.
White dude, big
prisoner guy.
Prisoner guy, right? Exactly. So when we're getting ready to shoot, he's got these kind of people at his house,
right?
And there's this old school jeweler dude there. They're oh, this is one of the OG jeweler guys. This is who everyone else gets their stuff from. And he told me, and I'm not going to say who it is. He's Mayweather's broke. I said, no. He's no, really. Mayweather's broke. Now, I don't know if it's true.
Right.
This is what this guy told me. I'm how could he be broke? He's yo, he spends like crazy.
Yeah.
Spends like crazy.
I mean, only could go but so long. I mean, and you're not fighting.
Yeah.
The Netflix savior, despite the heavy criticism from boxing purists regarding his choice of opponents, the business strategy behind Mayweather's return is undeniably brilliant in its execution. By partnering with a streaming monolith like Netflix for a massive rematch against Manny Pacquiao, Mayweather is entirely bypassing the dying, unpredictable pay-per-view model. This platform guarantees an immediate global audience of tens of millions, tapping into a mainstream demographic that traditional boxing promoters can only dream of reaching. Analysts recognize that while the fight itself may be a shadow of their 2015 clash, the sheer scale of the Netflix distribution model could provide the massive, guaranteed financial injection Mayweather desperately needs to finally stabilize his sinking empire. The spectacle over sport. The announcement that Floyd Mayweather will be participating in an exhibition bout against Mike Tyson has left boxing purists deeply conflicted and openly disgusted. Analysts are bluntly calling this matchup one of the most utterly bizarre, money-motivated decisions in combat sports history. Bringing back two aging legends for a glorified sparring session on Netflix isn't about advancing the sport of boxing. It is a blatant, cynical cash grab designed to exploit the nostalgia of the masses. While the spectacle will undoubtedly generate massive viewership and much-needed revenue for both men, it feels fundamentally demeaning to the pristine, untouchable 50-0 legacy that Mayweather spent his entire youth bleeding to protect.
Floyd, you seem really comfortable talking about money. A lot of people in the UK are not. So what are your beliefs around money?
Just because I talk about money doesn't make me a bad person. I mean, I like to have the finer things in life. Money don't make me, I make money. I like to feed my family. You know, we can't feed our family just saying I love you. You know, money is able to put us in a position so we can have the finer things in life. So we are able to travel over to the UK and experience and do different things. We're able to travel to Dubai and other countries and have fun and live life and experience different things. So when you're able to make a lot of money, you're able to do those certain things. And for those people that don't have any money, because life is all about having different experiences.
The warning from the duelist, the whispered rumors of Mayweather's broken finances, have been loudly confirmed by the very people who used to supply his extravagant lifestyle. In a revealing interview, DJ Vlad detailed conversations with major, high-end jewelers who bluntly stated that Mayweather is broke. When the merchants who cater exclusively to the ultra-wealthy start cutting off your credit and publicly leaking your inability to pay for luxury goods, the facade is officially dead. These aren't just minor accounting errors. They are glaring red flags of a severe liquidity crisis. It suggests that Mayweather's net worth is entirely tied up in illiquid assets, leaving him without the actual cash on hand required to maintain the daily illusion of his billionaire status.
A lot of money I'm able to bring my team as well as my family around the world so they can experience different things.
Something you said earlier, Floyd, it really fascinated me, and it gave me an insight that you really learned about money. Is you said in real estate, you got to know what to do on a small scale first.
Yes.
And then you went big. And is that because you don't want to take massive risk because you want to be smart with your money?
Well, like you don't go out there and work extremely hard for so many years and then take every dime you got and just put it into something that you don't know about.
Well, a lot of people do, don't they? I mean,
and a majority of the time you get bad results. 90% of the time you get bad results. Just like boxing. You know, I've gotten great results because I took my time.
The Jake Paul blueprint. When analyzing the massive viewership potential of Mayweather's upcoming exhibitions, analysts are forced to confront the uncomfortable new reality of combat sports marketing. Traditional boxing legends are now chasing the blueprint built by YouTube influencers. Sean Porter pointed out the staggering disparity in viewership between highly technical super fights and the absolute circus of Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson, which drew over 100 million viewers. The modern entertainment landscape rewards viral spectacle far more than pristine boxing technique. Mayweather, desperate for a massive payday, is now leaning entirely into this influencer-driven model, trading his status as a serious competitor for the role of a high-paid entertainer in a streaming spectacle.
This will do more than the Tyson-Jake Paul fight. This will do like 150, 200 million. No, it's not pay-per-view.
Netflix, would do good.
200 million people, 150?
You know, good thing Netflix is getting involved, man. Bringing up a lot of money for the guys.
Yes.
In Mayweather Pacquiao, they're gonna make a couple $100 million each.
I think so.
Good for them.
As they should.
Good for them.
But you told me today, even without knowing, you knew it was coming.
Both having an exhibition, yeah. That's the way it looked like. So that was done? September 19th?
September 19th.
September, the Mexican Independence Day weekend?
Yeah, in the Sphere, nonetheless. That's that round thing.
But isn't Canelo fighting on that day?
No, he's fighting in Saudi on the 12th.
Yeah, but Mexico versus, that's right.
So this is a week after.
You mean the Sphere?
Yeah.
That's big time.
Yeah, it's very few seats in there.
Yeah, that's big time.
The gate will break records. I'm sure it's going to be major.
Yeah, because I heard that's special, only special events and special concerts and stuff like that.
The $54 million anchor the sheer scale of Mayweather's alleged financial mismanagement is staggering to comprehend. Business Insider reports indicate that the undefeated champion has taken out an unbelievable $54 million in loans at a suffocating 9% interest rate, money that has reportedly gone completely unpaid. This isn't a minor dip in cash flow. It is a massive, incredibly toxic financial anchor dragging his entire estate underwater. When you combine high-interest commercial debt with plummeting real estate values and a lifestyle that burns millions per month, the math becomes inescapable. The necessity of this comeback tour isn't a choice. It is an absolute, unavoidable mandate from his creditors.
And Pacquiao, the rumor is they're going to rematch again in real boxing. I mean, I don't know. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, if they can do it and make the money doing it, Manny's chances go up now because he ain't injured this time. They both a little bit older, so if he can stay busy, we'll see. I don't know. Can Floyd still punch hard enough to get him out? We'll have to see. I think he probably can, but we'll see. So can Manny avoid Floyd's knockout punch, and can Manny outpunch Floyd? Is what I'm thinking.
Do you respect the Floyd 50-0, or is it like?
You got to respect anything a person does and stay undefeated that long. So I respect it to a degree, yeah. Is it a 50-0 that I think, he the greatest fighter all the time? No. Sharpe was 80-0 at one point. 80. He could retire to 80-0. You go up on top there? No. He just didn't stop, right? You got to 50 and you stopped because of Rocky Marciano.
Right.
So Rocky died. If he wouldn't die, he probably would have kept going too. So and then at the end, you fight a guy that's 0-0 for number 50. How can I respect it? You feel me? So, I mean, I love Floyd, don't get it wrong, I'm not hating on Floyd, but come on, bro, you fight a guy that's 0-0, Conor McGregor was 0-0, and they let you do that?
The predator becomes the prey throughout his historic career. Floyd Mayweather was the ultimate apex predator of boxing negotiations. He famously dictated terms, manipulated promoters, and squeezed every possible dollar out of his opponents through masterful contractual leverage. But now, the tables have violently turned. The man who used to control the entire boxing economy is allegedly taking predatory loans, fronting cash from international entities, and dodging lawsuits from disgruntled business partners. The ultimate A-side of combat sports has lost his leverage, forced to accept whatever exhibition spectacles the streaming platforms and foreign investors are willing to offer just to keep his sinking ship afloat.
It's the least surprising thing ever.
Well, you say it's the least surprising thing ever, but can you, Jeremy, just look up for me, okay, the amount of earnings that we're talking about here? Because while, athletic money being blown is a bit of a cliche, there are very few athletes ever who have made the kind of money that Floyd Mayweather has made. And because he's the best in the history of pay-per-view at making sure that the money ends up in his pocket. He is, or has been, a businessman as an athlete that almost doesn't have a peer because he owns all his own stuff as an independent. Your spending has to be so fiscally irresponsible to lose the amount of money that Floyd Mayweather has lost that it is almost beyond anything that is reason. It's not merely fiscal insanity. It's something that doesn't make any sense to me.
Right. And another sign of him maybe in financial trouble is, as of February 2026, Floyd Mayweather has initiated a massive $340 million lawsuit against Showtime Networks and former executive Steven Espinoza. So he's trying to get some bread right now.
The estimate is that he made over $1.2 billion over the course of his career in just earnings from.
The irony of the smart boxer there is a profound, bitter irony in the collapse of the Money Mayweather brand. For years, Floyd mocked his opponents, the media, and the fans, claiming his unparalleled boxing IQ was matched only by his genius outside the ring. He branded himself as the smartest athlete in history, a businessman without peer who beat the corrupt promotional system. Yet, the current revelations paint a picture of a man who fell for the oldest, most cliché trap in sports history: unchecked ego and profound financial illiteracy. The genius who could slip a punch by a millimeter apparently couldn't recognize the devastating impact of compound interest, proving that true intelligence in the ring rarely translates to survival in the real world.